A lot has happened. Oh, darn it. Go back. So, this is what I'm talking about. This drop down craziness in the clouds. That almost looks like a face with horns. Excuse me. Well, I know what the sneezing means. That's another cold. Flu.
Take over Bridge 10. Code 1 on the second floor. They're hitting hot spots. Take a whole fire line tape up to the Charlie Delta corner. There's a hole in the floor. I want you to mark it off.
They have a bad fire going on in Chesapeake right now. Pretty sure it was from the lightning. We had some severe storms come through. And I didn't get a ride to my other job, so.
My last unit needs to go through first rehab. Proceed. When they're done, notify Charlie Station 6.
Anyway, they got a lot of stuff going on in Chesapeake, and this the storms weren't that bad. I mean, not like the stuff we can get, but they got major areas blocked off. They need extra help with crowd control for the people trying to watch the fire.
What time do we have as a fire under control?
Then there was a bad accident on Military Highway. A lady with her 2-year-old child in the car. Person hit them, kept going. Anyway, so look at these clouds. This is the common. This is the new norm with this craziness, the jagged edge we've been seeing for the last couple of years. Let's see what they say about it. It hasn't been updated for whatever's going on in Chesapeake yet, but alright, so let's go back to the pictures right quick. And then I'll show you my video of all pink lightning.
That was 2031.
That I took outside a little while ago.
Okay. That's not going to be our
These two-tone clouds get me too, because it doesn't make any sense why they two-tone. I'll show you when I show you my video. But look at this wickedness. You tell me you don't think that's a spiritual war going on in the sky? Man could not make that stuff. And it always looks like something tries to hold it back, like my tornado video on my introduction YouTube page. But it looks like there's arms stretched around it looks like the arms and hands on both sides stretched around, wrapped around the storm, trying to hold it back. Look at this roundness here, and then this roundness, and this dropping down, like to hold this back. Anyway, it's just pretty cool looking. These were from other viewers around the area. The first one was that's wicked. Look at and see the two-tone? And see the white over the top of the two-tone. This doesn't make sense. Huh. That almost looks like a head. I mean, there's some stuff in the way here, but that almost looks like a head. And that looks like a back. And this looks like a shoulder and an arm and a hand going out trying to hold back whatever this is. That's what that looks like. Pretty cool looking. And this, I don't know, maybe this is a demon with some, wild hair. Anyway, this one was right over Lynnhaven Inlet, Lesnar Bridge, where I shot the live videos of the lunar eclipse and of the hurricane last year. I went over here and shot it off this beach. Well, anyway, that's where that cloud was today. Alright, so where were we? This one? Yeah. Where it looks like a shoulder and an arm and a head. And this almost looks like the face back there with the crown. There's another picture of it too. And this looks like a face here, sideways. And that kind of looks like a demon. But see how it always cuts off. Like I said, there's a new horizon. It's, a new horizontal change because the storms never go across the whole thing, and they're always just like that, all around here. Oh, that looks like a face up here. That's what I was taking video of here too. But, kind of like an eye, a nose, a mouth, some crazy hair. Cute anyway. The clouds are so entertaining nowadays. These almost look like fingers holding something back. Big fingers. And they come out this way. Cute. Pretty. But look at the shape of this cloud. Almost flat and square. And in the front of this thing too. And somewhere got a picture of the lightning.
Start this way. Where's he? Probably coming from Greenbrier Military. Okay, he's coming on emergently, and I'll get you on C1. I can get it.
Oh wow, they still got a bunch of roads blocked. Chesapeake took a big hit. I know they got power lines down, and they're waiting on Dominion Power to make some of the roads safe. And there were severe storms everywhere. Let's look at that while we can. They still got fire on the second floor.
Whatever you think was comfortable with fire out.
Let's see what's going on. Alright, it's finally calming down. Good gracious. Yeah, there's only 7 warnings right now.
Engine 24. Okay, 12.
Oklahoma. Montana, Bighorn and Yellowstone, so there's a storm. New York, Nassau, and Suffolk. Well, at least none of them are moving 75 miles an hour now. That was crazy. Delaware and Maryland. Oklahoma. Another one from Maryland. Baltimore. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come back here. Man, this thing is scrolling fast. Good gracious. Alright, come back here.
Yeah, first command, medic 9 is clear for you.
Alright.
Alpha Division to Charlie Division. Go ahead, Charlie.
5.2 in Raoul Island, New Zealand. 5.6 in Sola, Vanuatu, 2.7 in Idaho, excuse me. What is wrong with me? Still at 4.9 in Nicaragua. And a new little teeny one. Oh, that's the one in Idaho. Idaho, why do I keep wanting to say Idaho? Anyway. Let's make sure there's no new warnings for anyone. Nope. Take a look at this right quick. See if it's doing anything else crazy. Wow. That almost looks like this goes in and gets thrown out. We'll see.
Alpha Division. Clear all on the first floor. Copy, you're clear on the first floor. Alpha Engine 9. You get up into that attic, into that dormer.
Oh, hey, hold on. Give me a second to get there. Hey, daughter of the Most High. How are you, beautiful? Shaking, increasing, yes. How are you? Yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of the Great American Eclipse, too. Oh, it sure was. Yeah, I was out Chesapeake when that happened. Hopefully it's not buffering too much.
Okay.
Are you home? Are you home or are you out camping again? Well, with nature and God.
Charlie Division, 212. 12, yes. Hey, they finished up with the handline.
Okay, good.
We'll do it south to
Yeah, my shows have been, well, I think I didn't do one for like 4 days or something. 5 days, I don't remember. And then,
Alpha Engine 11, you can disregard that last, you gotta get recycled.
my times have been different because of everything going on. I see it's buffering. Yeah, we had some severe storms. Y'all had a couple come through Arizona today too, and they were like nearly stationary. We had one that was moving 75 miles per hour. So you take a storm that's moving 75 miles per hour and give it a 50-mile-hour gust, wind gust. It's 125 miles an hour wind. If the storm itself is moving 75, that was in Virginia today. That's just crazy.
Charlie Division, the operator.
It was, I have to go back and look at the video. It was, I think near Lynchburg and, Roanoke, that part of Virginia, where my family, where I was born. So where some of my family, or most of my family probably lives. A lot of people that I never met. Yeah, that was crazy. 75 miles per hour moving. That's a fast moving storm. The highest ever recorded was one that went 90 miles per hour. It's only been once, and it was years and years ago. But I'm seeing a trend now with an increase, in the moving 55, 60, 65, 70 miles per hour. So far, 75 is the highest I've personally seen.
Copy. You need an additional number or just the incident number that was assigned to it? The additional incident number for this fire. 19723, 19723.
So I'm listening to Chesapeake Fire Department because they had a major fire there. And I haven't heard the cause yet, but I'm pretty sure it was lightning. And they were up in the roof, in the attic. And it was an apartment building or a hospital or something like that. Oh, yes, absolutely. It's definitely increasing. And people are just outright losing their minds. You heard the stuff President Trump said yesterday, too, right?
Report from the fire unit.
Yeah, let me see if I can.
We're going to confirm fire out and all the explosions now.
Wow, it's still got the fire and explosions going on. Let me see if I close out some of this stuff and I can get the buffering to go away. I don't know.
Engine 14, engine 3, ladder 2 to District 1402, 1505, Watertown Way, fire alarm. Engine 14, engine 3, ladder 2, District 1402, 1505 Watertown Way. The caller is advising the fire alarm is going off across the entire complex for the past 2 hours.
Wow, that's a lot.
Battalion 1, suspect. Battalion 1. Is that call equipment for the fire wash? He came in from a citizen who refused to give their name. Engine 14 only. They can respond on emergency. Oh, Battalion 1, 2153, engine 2 show you available in station. Engine 14.
See if that helped any. Did that help any? It's still buffering.
Okay, engine 3, 2153.
Well, let's see if it calms down
Engine
now.
24. 24 is available. Okay, engine 24.
So I was going to show the video of the pink lightning that I took today. Glenn was in earlier. You know, Glenn lives in the near Richmond part of Virginia. He was in the room earlier, and he was telling me about the video. He got a pink lightning, and I've been seeing it for 2.5, 3 years now. Pink lightning, purple lightning. You know, and it's all strange. But so I captured some of it tonight. It was all pink, every bit of it. That's because our atmosphere is red.
Engine 24, Medic 2, District 902, 3109, search system report. 62-year-old male is conscious, breathing but not completely normally.
Is it still buffering?
Feeling faint. Timeout 2154, engine 24 showing you around.
Let me cut this thing off for a minute. See if that stops it.
EMS 1. Reference. Medicaid, it's 20 call. I will be out at 108 Sparrow Road. 108 Sparrow Road. And 2155.
Let's see if that stops the buffering. I mean, I know we still got storms out there, but I think they've calmed down. Is that better?
Engine 3, Medic 3, District 307, 2217 Georgetown Boulevard. Female abdominal pain. Engine 3, Medic 3, District 307, 2217 Georgetown Boulevard. 85-year-old female. She's conscious, completely alert, has abdominal pain. Timeout 2156. Okay, station 3.
So yeah, there's you know, I want to put a warning out to people in kayaks. There have been kayak accidents almost every day now for the last 3 weeks all around the country. The latest ones today, a kayaker in distress, he was being carried out to sea, and the current was so strong he couldn't stop it. It was taking him out to deep sea, and so they were trying to rescue that person. But, you know, a lot of times the kayak flips over, and your feet are kind of locked in it, so If it flips over, you're upside down in the water with your feet locked inside the kayak. Always think about that before you get in it. Definitely have on a life jacket, but also already have a plan to get your feet out if something like that happens. And always have a pocket knife in case you get entangled and stuff. That's just my warning on that. And people, please slow down on these highways. Keep enough distance between you and the other cars. There are so many bad accidents from people following too close. That's just it. You don't leave enough braking distance and they have to suddenly stop, or the person in front of them spins out, or a tire falls off, or an axle, because all of that, differential casing goes bad and the axle comes out. I mean, it's all kinds of things that can happen to the car in front of you or the car in front of that one. And then all of a sudden they're slamming on brakes and you're slamming on brakes and the car behind you is following too close and slamming on brakes. And there's fatal accidents every day, and most of them are people following too close. And also, what I taught my daughter when she was, even when she was little, from the time she was 4 years old, and we'd be riding in my car, and I'd be sitting at a light, and when the light turns green, I would always tell my daughter, don't take off as soon as the light turns green. Look both ways first. Because that if somebody's running the red light, coming the opposite way, coming the other way from the light that just turned red so your light could turn green, well, that means they're gonna hit you on your driver or passenger door, more than likely. That's usually the way that happens. And they're gonna be going faster than they're supposed to be going because they're running the red light, so that they speed up to get through the light. So those are really, bad accidents when they happen. So just take a second to look both ways before you take off when the light turns green. And it can save lots of lives because people constantly run the red lights. So I used to, every time we'd be at a light, I would take that opportunity to remind her of that when she was little, every time. And so she does it. It's instilled in her automatically to not just take off instantly. Because even though there's supposed to be a little delay in them, it's not much of a delay. And you can't count on the delay because the signals get changed when they stop working, and the timing can be off on it. So, because I see so many accidents, MVAs, which is multiple vehicle accidents, and there's a lot of rollovers and there's a lot of entrapments in them. And it's most of the time it's multiple people following too close. There is a rule. There's a rule to go by your speed limit on how many cars distance you're supposed to keep between you and the car in front of you. There's a reason why they have that rule, because that is the braking distance. That's how long it will take your car to come to a complete stop at that particular speed. If you have to come to a dead stop. So please remember that stuff, people, because it's not only your life you could be saving and or putting at risk. It's other people's lives.
Check, have someone check apartment 2727 and the first floor bathroom. There's a couple of packs of diapers in there. We need to put one of the small children over here.
Yeah, it was an apartment building apparently.
That's correct. The bathroom on the first floor.
Because the fireman is asking for someone to check in one of the public bathrooms on the first floor because there's supposed to be packs of diapers in there, and some of the children they got need diapers. They had to evacuate the building, and they've got this big parameter set up to keep people back. And so whatever, it's still a situation they've been going through for hours in Chesapeake. I'm sure it'll be on the news eventually. So I don't know if I'm still buffering or not. I haven't gotten any feedback.
Engine 14. This is from the earlier issue. Firewatch is being maintained. Is report available. Okay, engine 14, 22, over. Engine 24, okay, engine 24, 22,
Alright, hopefully it's not buffering. I'm going to pull up the pink lightning video.
Okay, 1 engine 14. Engine 14. Okay. I would make it out.
Pretty completely. You know. Alright, so you missed the cloud. It looked like a man sitting on a horse. You see, the clouds look gray and black, so it's interesting that the rain's pretty loud, isn't it? There we go, more pink lightning. There was bright flashes. Hey. What happened to the doorbell? A little while ago, really bright flashes. Not like lightning, like flashes. Oops, sorry. Are they? Ooh, that was pretty pink. I bet they're pretty. Man, we had the night my daughter came to town and came to my job Saturday night. The sky was beautiful and intense, glowing nuclear red color. It was beautiful. She took pictures of it. She had to send them to me. That side lightning is weird. Like what thing look? I was too busy playing with my grandkids to worry about pictures of the sky. So when they got there, I took them on a golf cart ride. We had a bouncy house and slides. I tell y'all, it was like a spiritual war to me. Oh, is that a face? Looks like a face up there. Now. More pink lightning. But that's sideway lightning. Hopefully it's not buffering. My stupid light keeps cutting on. Pretty and pink. But look at these two clouds, almost these two things are joining together almost like a square. Why is it doing?
That was interesting.
It's gotta be the Wi-Fi connection, because even the video from my video I uploaded to Google is buffering. That has nothing to do with YouTube.
Oh, pretty. Alright, that looks like a rat with a bushy tail. Oh, not in the camera though. Looking at it with my eyes, it does.
See how it keeps blurring too for no reason? That's gotta be the electrical interference in the sky, and that's on the camera frequency. The sky goes from pink to a greenish blue.
Activity right there.
I honestly think we're witnessing spiritual warfare in
Waves
the
of
sky.
energy. Man.
Right, I agree, daughter. They are manifesting. I'd like to see some of yours. Did you put them on your
Sure will
channel?
miss a whole lot because I can't stay out here forever, and plus my phone only records so much. That's a lot of energy. The camera just keeps losing focus.
We got the gray and white clouds and the pink lightning behind it. So I'm thinking the lightning might be red. And, you know, if you take white and red and mix it, you get pink.
The big one coming.
Gray and red mixed, you get a pink. So, this is behind the clouds.
That's a big thing.
And the clouds don't look pink to us. They look gray and white.
Ooh, I told you it was a big one coming. I can feel it. That must have been really far away. It's been a long time for the thunder.
I think this is almost over. Almost. I think that was the best black the whole time.
7 minutes.
But yeah, daughter, we'd like to see some of your pictures. Glenn was supposed to share some of his video too.
Just gotta keep trying to refocus. And here comes the big one. Oh, it was back over there. It turned all these houses pink for a minute. But it's on the other side where I can't get the camera because it'll get wet. Okay, that should be it. That's enough.
I think I'll say that a couple of times. But those horizontal
enough.
lines, crazy.
That's enough. Whoa, pretty bright.
Definitely not
The
normal.
way it's flickering over there, it's just like a light bulb with a short in it. It keeps flickering. Like that. Light bulb with a short in it. That's what it is. Ooh, that was a bright one. Let's see all this diagonal interference.
And hopefully that wasn't buffering too much. Did it buffer too much? Man, I am so tired. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. Um, uh, mm, mm, mm. I am completely exhausted. Let's see. Oh, oh, I was reading the weather alerts for us, but I think they're done with for tonight anyway. I was gonna try to hang for a couple of hours, but I might not make it. I'm struggling to keep my eyes open now. Working out in that extreme heat. And then I had to change a flat tire on the trailer that the truck was hooked to. And oh, did you? Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, I believe you get premonitions that you're in touch with the frequencies of the earth and the atmosphere, and you can sense it. Oh, anyway, I had to change this tire on the. You tried to warn, yeah, but only, I know, right? But you know, we're things are happening so rapid now that I mean, people can't deny it. We were going through the list last night of prophecies that are playing out, you know, in front of our eyes, and how can people deny it? So I want to compile a list of that. And so it'd be nice if you could help with that, make that list. And I still want to do the list of the prophecies in the Old Testament that told of the coming Messiah and how Jesus fulfill them. Yes, birth pains. Yeah, bug time. Hey, we know the bugs are getting crazy too. We're seeing new forms of bugs, and we're seeing bugs' behavior being all crazy. Look at 10 miles of ladybugs, and then look at the grasshoppers that invaded whatchamacallit, and of course the locusts, but the grasshoppers and the I finally got a bumblebee on video. One lonely bumblebee and some moonflowers. One lonely bumblebee. And you used to see a whole bunch of them. They'd be together. This is one lonely bumblebee. And he wasn't even yellow like he should have been. It looks like he had some bleaching from the sun like everything else is getting. I got video of it. I'll pull it up in a minute. Well, pretty sure at least I hope the severe storms are over with for the night for everywhere. But I heard we got more coming in tomorrow. Ah, gracious.
In that case, can you show me around to 1392 Pine Cone Circle? 2218.
Alright, so if this is not causing buffering, we'll try this again.
10-4. 2220. Dispatcher 428, you calling, sir?
Did you see these? This was here in Virginia Beach today. This is the storm front over the Lynn Haven Inlet Lessner Bridge, where I shot that video live of the hurricane last year, and where I went and shot video of the lunar eclipse. But anyway, this new phenomena of how these clouds drop down like this is the new norm. But look at this. This is wicked. Look at this. It looks like a spiritual war to me. Like you got the bad forces trying to wreak havoc on us, and you got the good angels trying to hold it back. You see this roundness here, and then you got this roundness under this, and then these are dropping down like they're holding this back. And then you got this dark mixed in with all the light. It's just crazy looking. Look at that. Look how wicked that looks. But this is the norm for the clouds now. This one almost looks like that same face that we keep seeing with the crown on the head. Like I got in my pictures a couple months back. Alright, the rest of them look kind of normal except for this square looking flat sheet cloud. see it here, and then it goes back here. And anyway. I want some of those new chick shoes. They look so comfortable. They probably aren't for my feet, though. So this happened where my roommate was working at today, the shooting. They had the street blocked off, and the news was out there trying to interview. They were trying to interview him, too, and he was like, he didn't want to talk to him. But apparently it was the second time there had been gunfire in that house in a week. At least he's gonna be okay. Uh-oh. Let's read this. Some North Carolina residents concerned after seeing black bears with missing limbs. An adult black bear missing much of her front leg was recently spotted in Buncombe County, North Carolina. A viewer noticed it and alerted News 13. Group is formed to save the animals from severe injury. They believe what viewers see in the video is alarming. I hope this isn't causing buffering. Come on. Bears get hit by cars all the time. Okay. So I guess she got injured some kind of way. I guess it wasn't on purpose or some disease or traps pull their, I guess can break their feet off. Oh, no, it says traps that are used today would not pull a foot or leg off. Okay. Aww. Look at the baby's feet. Um, uh, oh man. California dad arrested after 13-day-old baby boy savagely beaten tested positive for meth. Mm-mm-mm.
Did you catch any of this salt?
More and more people killing their kids. It's crazy. Huh? Black bear enters Montana home, nestles down for a nap in the closet. Look at that black bear up in the closet. Wouldn't that be scary?
Probably within that time frame.
Friendly black bear euthanized after it came to love people who fed it and took selfies. Oh.
924, 924. Thank you. 2228. 326 Charlie Richie Chat.
There's an emu on the loose in North Carolina and nobody's been quick enough to catch it.
Charlie. Clear my left truck up with Warren Olivia, Laskin, and First Colonial with Virginia Uniform Sierra Yankee 9906. Victor Juliet Hotel 3960. Forward to dispatcher, do you quote me 10-7? Forward to gentlemen. Thank you. 2220.
Really? It says she would do it again. The confrontation in North Carolina restaurant ended with a racial slur, and the woman who said it said she would do it again. NBC News reports on Nancy Goodman, a white patron at Bonefish Grill. Huh, we have a Bonefish here, Virginia Beach.
Attention 123 zone, standby for PL reference, possible raid at 1615 General Brooks Boulevard, the Food Lion. An employee there stating that this is reference the vehicle that PD was asking about earlier. They didn't know who the owner was. Looks like somebody got into the vehicle and is seen leaving northbound on General Brooks Boulevard. Vehicle is a black Toyota Tacoma. Prior case on that should be 611 and 6 Sierra Foxtrot. Driver got into the vehicle. The white male is 20 to 30, 5'11", 150 pounds with long hair.
This minute-long cell phone video shows an encounter between customers at the Bonefish Grill in North Hills.
This person had the audacity right here to come to our table and tell us that we are the rudest people that she has ever met. Look at her.
Then the woman, who we now know is Nancy Goodman, calls another customer the N-word.
You're too loud.
We're too loud.
In your opinion. Let me show you my money. It's just as green as yours.
Right. Oh, you're so stupid.
We found Goodman at her home.
I'm a 71-year-old woman who lives in Raleigh. I suffer from tremendous anxiety.
She says that anxiety and the women's behavior pushed her to act as she did.
I'm not going to say I'm sorry to them because they kept pushing at it. So, and that's all I'd really like to say.
What about your use of the N-word?
I used that word because they forced me into it.
Do you see how that's incredibly offensive?
Yes, I do. That's why I said it. I would say it again to them.
She says she would use that word again to you all.
Wow. Wow. That's sad.
Shonda Stewart is the one who took the cell phone video. Her friend, Lakeisha Shaw, is the one who was called the racial slur.
I don't care how you feel like we should have been acting. If I was standing on the table with 3 heads in a purple jumpsuit, nothing justified you to come to my table and call me a stupid.
Goodman says she regrets not asking management to tell the women to be quiet, but she made one thing clear.
So you're not sorry about saying the N-word?
No, no.
Wow.
It's the Honda Summer Spectacular event. Hurry in today and experience the joy for yourself.
Get a great deal on the Honda CR-V, part of 2019.
Anyway, alright, that's enough of that.
Best SUV brand at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
The owner of Bambi Baby shared this surveillance video with us where you see three women walk in with three children just after 5 p.m. Friday. One of the women spends several minutes attempting to collapse a stroller before leaving with it, but she accidentally left behind the one thing she came in with, a child.
What I take major offense to is the children. Don't do that with your children. If you need to steal for a living, that's a personal problem, that's a personal issue. When you bring children that have no idea what's going on, that affected me.
Ortega says almost 6 minutes went by before one of the women returned for the young child. The store manager, Justin, who did not want to give us his last name, says shoplifting is rare here.
We haven't had any issues here at this store. I was devastated that someone would leave their child in a store to worry more about stealing a stroller.
What makes this even stranger, the shoplifters are from England and stole an English stroller that would have been cheaper to buy overseas.
It's only a $300 stroller. You know, she could have taken a $1,000 stroller that was right next to it. So I don't know what the real intentions were.
He speculates she may have chosen the collapsible one so she could bring it on an airplane. Police were able to track down two of the three women, 23-year-old Mary Ann Cash and 20-year-old Nan McCarthy. If you have any information on the third, you're asked to give police a call. That number is on our website, cbsnnewyork.com.
You're going to steal a stroller and leave your child. That is crazy. Wow. Alright, where's my mouse? Hopefully it's not called.
A man crushed by an elevator.
I don't know if I'll ever feel safe getting back in the elevator again.
That's the feeling among people who live in this high-rise building on 3rd Avenue in Kips Bay. Around 8:30 Thursday morning, 30-year-old Sam Wasprin, a tenant here, was trying to get off an elevator at the lobby level when the elevator car suddenly dropped to the basement. The man became stuck between the car and the shaft wall on the first floor.
It's very, very shocking to me. And it's a very well-kept building. I have only positive things to say about it.
Another person was able to get off before the accident. 5 others were trapped in the elevator in the basement. It took firefighters a few minutes to rescue them. Longtime resident of the building, Dana Sargent, is shaken, thinking, what if?
I left 10 minutes after this happened, so my children could either not have a mother, I could have lost my children if they were the ones in the elevator.
As far as how...
I was talking about that at the beginning of the show about things that Trump is now saying. And, you know, when I heard...
like this could happen, we checked the building's records, specifically the elevator in question, and found 16 violations issued by the Department of Buildings between 2017 and 2018. All had been dismissed, but not surprising to Sargent.
There have been many issues with the elevators not working. There's obviously never been an issue to this level, but the elevators tend to have many problems.
In a statement, the Department of Buildings says the DOB is investigating this incident aggressively and will take all appropriate enforcement actions. Elevators are the safest form of travel in New York due to the city's stringent inspection.
Sorry about that. Yeah, for real, you know? So did Trump actually say that? Because I haven't seen it. You can't hear me? Oh. Can you hear me now? I'm sorry. I was talking about Trump. Might be the one that ends up sitting in the third temple telling people to call him God. Is that what he said? I haven't heard it yet because I heard that he said he was the chosen one and that I don't know. What is that?
And safety
I haven't heard it,
requirements.
but apparently after he said whatever he said, he came back on and said or tweeted something else that was okay. I'm gonna Google it and see if I can find something. What did Trump say yesterday about being God or the chosen one? Okay, here it is. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a cold again. Or flu, whatever. I'm the chosen one. With boasts and insults, Trump sets new benchmark for incoherence. President outdoes himself in news press conference as he attacks the Danish Prime Minister, Jewish Democrats, and the press. Donald Trump started off precisely on message, strolling to the end of a White House driveway on Wednesday ahead of his departure for a veterans event in Kentucky. The president began speaking while still walking toward a crowd waiting reporters. So the economy is doing very, very, very well, he said, with fears of a recession stirring in public confidence in the health of the economy dropping for the first time in Trump's presidency. It was a sound message to project to a skittish nation, but that was as good as it got. What followed might have swept away all previous Trumpian benchmarks for incoherence, self-aggrandizement, prevarication, and rancor in a presidency that has seemed before to veer loosely along the rails of reason, but may never have come quite so close to spectacularly jumping the tracks. Over an ensuing half-hour rant, Trump trucked in anti-Semitic tropes, insulted the Danish Prime Minister, insisted he wasn't racist, bragged about the performance of his former apprentice reality show, denied starting a trade war with China, praised Vladimir Putin and told reporters that he, Trump, was the chosen one, all within hours of referring to himself as the King of Israel and tweeting it in all caps. Where is the Federal Reserve? Leaving aside those who were left merely gape-jawed, the performance inspired reactions from the new expression of doubt about Trump's fitness for office. The last president I know of who compared himself to the Messiah. That turns out, according to Brookings Institution fellow Benjamin Witz, to be Andrew Johnson, 1865 to 1869, whose articles of impeachment cited his intemperament, inflammatory, and scandalous After the news conference, the hashtag number 25th Amendment Now was top trending item on U.S. Twitter, referring to a constitutional by which cabinet members and the vice president can band together to remove a president deemed unfit. Soon after the ill-fated driveway news conference got underway, Trump faced questions about his decision to cancel a meeting with the Danish Prime Minister, who had rejected a proposal floated by the Trump administration to purchase Greenland as absurd, calling Frederiksen nasty, his preferred insult for women in politics. Trump described his wounded pride at the way his offer had been rejected. I thought it was a very not nice way of saying something, Trump said. Don't say what an absurd idea that is. You don't talk to the United States that way, at least under me. I thought it was not a nice statement, the way he blew me off. As Trump continued his attack on Denmark on Twitter from on board his airplane, the world below struggled with the rest of the wild things he had just said, including an attack on another group, Jews who vote for Democrats. In response to a news conference on Monday by the Democratic representatives, Ilan Omar,
Chef Amir Ilan. He works his magic in the kitchen.
Hold on, sorry.
Now, while this may have the appearance of a restaurant kitchen, he's at a startup outside.
Alright. Sorry about that. Israel News Live comments on the video. Okay. Yeah. I don't go to PB's channel anymore. Um. Uh, uh, Asked about the loyalty charge on Wednesday, Trump said, I have been responsible for a lot of great things for Israel, mentioning the relocation of the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem and his opposition to Iran. I will tell you this, in my opinion, the Democrats have gone very far away from Israel. And he talks like a third grader on some of this stuff. You know, well, maybe it's just his relaxed way of talking. That's fine, whatever. In my opinion, if you vote for a Democrat, you're being very disloyal to Jewish people. And you're being very disloyal to Israel. And only weak people would say anything other than that. Wow. Trump ignored a shouted question about whether Jews in the United States have a right to be simply American, but Trump denied he was employing and yeah, right. I haven't heard anybody say that, just the opposite. Trump said. Trump then embarked on an increasingly breakneck tour through the hills and valleys of personal political landscapes whose map, if it existed, was private to him. Although his route was provisionally signposted by questions shouted by the media. We wiped where am I? Sorry, I lost my place. I am the least racist person ever to serve in office, okay? I am the least racist person. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'd say some of his comments prior to getting elected and after he's been elected don't substantiate that claim he made, that he's the least racist. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get some sleep. As he discussed his trade war with China came a new twist, as Trump bestowed upon himself a new title certain to launch a million Twitter. This is a trade war that should have taken place years ago. Somebody had to do it. I'm the chosen one. The last line echoed a tweet the president had sent earlier in the day in which Trump quoted the conspiracist Wayne Allen Root, who in the past had said that violence, including the murder of a peace activist at a white supremacist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, was probably paid actors and infiltrators hired by Soros. The Jewish people in Israel love him, Trump quoted Root as saying on Wednesday, like he's the king of Israel. They love him like he is the second coming of God. So he wasn't saying he was it. He was quoting uh, reincarnated Christian Savior was not among the many topics Trump touched on Wednesday. At the end of the news conference, Trump walked toward his helicopter and headed to Kentucky. Huh. Wow. Python wars. The snake epidemic eating away at Florida. So Planned Parenthood is refusing federal funding because um, anyway, the news reported that yesterday. Son-in-law. Right, right. The laws are not jokes for Christians. Right, exactly. Yes, they are. Well, we already know how deceived they are. That's why Christ is gonna let the things happen that's gonna happen to Israel before he rescues them. They're truly deceived, and he wants them to see the truth. Right. Nobody can make anything great without God. So the Planned Parenthood, the news was doing the story on that yesterday about them refusing federal funds because there's a limit on what they can do. So they said, we right. So they say the news reporter said that Planned Parenthood, provides birth control, like pills and condoms and whatever, and they provide testing for STDs and medication for STDs and something else they said. And then they said, among other things. Oh, no, and other things. Well, the and other things part that they left out is the abortions. You know, and that was on purpose. So they, their narrative was, well, they provide all these things for women and other things. So they named other stuff, but but not abortions. So, someone that doesn't know and they hear that Planned Parenthood, oh, they give birth control and free pregnancy tests and STD tests and other things. We have become so good is being called evil, evil is being called good. It's that the Bible summed it up. Yeah, they provide blood sacrifice, exactly. Anyway, that just bothered me a little bit when I heard, the news reporter saying the way that they worded it, and they provide other things. Why don't you say it? Since it's so righteous now for a woman to have that choice for her body, but not for the body of the baby. Why don't you just say it like it is? No, they cut it off and called it and other things. So, these little babies that are being put to death are other things. They're not even worth mentioning. They're other things. That was so irritating. In my opinion. And I still want to hear. From an ill-fated attempt to purchase Greenland to God comparisons, the past 3 days have been a lot. Okay, I want to hear it, though. I want to hear the news feed when they were interviewing him. I mean, they're saying he said it. I want to hear it. Oh, he attacked NATO. Here, maybe this is it.
I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
Well,
I am the chosen one.
I mean, saying that, saying I'm the chosen one isn't.
I am the chosen one.
Somebody had to do it, meaning, for that particular thing he was talking about, that's not so bad. People are chosen for things all the time. It doesn't mean, just because in that they made a movie called The Chosen One. You remember that? So that in itself isn't that bad in the context.
Well, we'll meet it sometime, but the Prime Minister used a terrible word when describing something that we've been talking about for years with our country. President Truman said,
Yeah, it might
what about
be. I'm
Greenland?
sorry.
And he talked about it very openly, and it was a big deal at the time. And I brought it up again, and it was discussed many other times. And I thought it was not a nice statement, the way she blew me off, because she's blowing off the United States. And we've done a lot for Denmark. We've done a lot. I know Denmark well. I have many friends from Denmark. I have many people from Denmark that live in the United States. And we treat countries with respect. She shouldn't treat the United States that way by saying, what an absurd. She said, absurd. That's not the right word to use. Absurd.
So you know, California had a 3.5, and they had a let me find it. It was a bigger one, a 4 point something, or was it a 5.0? Yeah, 5.0. But now they got some new ones popping off right there in the red. And Nicaragua doesn't usually get, they get earthquakes that you can't even, that don't even register normally. They did have a big one, a 6 point something in 1972. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that too, because that's unusual for them. Um, 3.0, 2.5, 2.7. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. Sorry about that. Is it still buffering? I think it buffers when I use that thing to share the screen. I think that causes a lot of buffering. I'm not sure. I'm sorry about the buffering.
Great relationship with both of them, but not exactly friends at this moment. Situation. A lot has to do with religion. Religion's a complicated subject.
See, I don't like the way they just take a piece of what he says and they play 5 seconds of what he says, and then they write their own commentary to the rest of it. So they could take things out of context and mislead us. If you're reporting it, report it. Play the whole thing so we can draw our own opinion. You know.
5 years ago, the concept of even 3 years ago, cutting off aid to Israel because of two people that hate Israel and hate Jewish people. I can't believe we're even having this conversation. Where has the Democratic Party gone? Where have they gone where they're defending these two people over the state of Israel? And I think any Jewish people that vote for a Democrat, I think it shows either a total lack of knowledge or great disloyalty. All right? Thank you very much, everyone.
Mm-mm-mm.
The fake news, of which many of you are members, is trying to convince the public to have a recession. Let's have a recession. The United States is doing phenomenally well. But one thing I have to do is economically take on China, because China has been ripping us off for many years. President Clinton, President Bush, and President Obama and others should have done this long before me. My life would be much easier, although I enjoy doing it, but my life would be much easier if I just said, let China continue to rip off the United States, all right? It would be much easier, but I can't do that. We are winning against China. They've lost 2.5 million jobs in a very short period of time. They want to make a deal. It's got to be a deal that's good for the United States. When they want to make a deal, probably we will make a deal, but if I didn't do that, and I'm not doing it, somebody said it's Trump's trade war. This isn't my trade war. This is a trade war that should have taken place a long time ago by a lot of other presidents. Over the last 5 or 6 years, China's made $500 billion. 500 billion. Ripped it out of the United States. Not only that, if you take a look, intellectual property theft, add that to it, and add a lot of other things to it. So somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it. So I'm taking on China. I'm taking on China on trade. And you know what? We're winning because we're the piggy bank. We're the one that all these countries, including the European Union, wants to rob and takes advantage of. European Union, $200 billion. China, more than $500 billion. Sorry. I was put here by people. I was put here by people to do a great job. And that's what I'm doing. And nobody done a job like I've done. Now.
Wow. Well, 500 million isn't that much when they got a billion plus people there. That's 50 cents a person. That was a joke, but anyway. I don't know. Yeah, he's getting his comments are definitely out there now. I mean, but he was like that before he got elected, you know, so it's no surprise. He's a different style person. If he can get the job done, then so be it. And, you know, maybe God's still working on him, and I don't know. He's confusing sometimes, and sometimes it seems like he's getting some Christian moral values, and then other times, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how it plays out. But I think I'm going to close this out now and listen to some of my scriptures and go to sleep. I'm sorry about the buffering. I don't know though. It seems like most of the world wants to be lied to because they flock to from one extreme to the other. So it's like all these alternative news channels now. They're faker than the fake news. So and people are flocking to it by droves and droves. So the real truth is in the Bible. The news, the true news is in the Bible. The good news is in the Bible. Jesus is our Savior, and He's soon to return. That's the good news. And the biggest conspiracy of all is everyone trying to lead Christians away from Scripture and love and seeking that truth instead of trying to uncover every rock and who's under it and what they're doing or what they might be doing or not doing, and all the gossip and slander and everything else that's going on with a lot of these conspiracy channels. And and we got some preachers leading people that way. We've got um, anyway, Satan is very busy, and a lot of people are listening to him, and that's sad and it's scary for their, for their souls and for the outcome of things to come in the near future. Because Christians are being led astray all over the place, running to and fro as we increase in knowledge and technology. So I pray that the good Lord allows the Holy Spirit to really, really, really take hold of people's minds and hearts and lead them the right way, lead them down the right path. Because I do believe they're seeking it. They just don't know they're seeking it. They just don't know they're on the wrong path, opening the wrong doors, uncovering the wrong rocks, going down the wrong rabbit holes. I don't think they know they're doing that. So I pray that the Holy Spirit blesses them and touches their head and gives them discerning abilities and let them see things for what they really are. Unveil the truth behind a lot of this stuff that's leading them astray. Because that's exactly what's happening, and they don't see it. It's almost like it provides a high for euphoria as every day they seek out what this one did and what that one did and what this one said and what that one said, and a lot of it can't even be proven. So it's gossip and it's slander and it's bearing false witness. Because if you didn't witness it and you're talking about it, you're bearing witness to something that you didn't witness. So you're bearing false witness. That's exactly what that means. You're bearing false witness. You're claiming something as if you witnessed it and you didn't. So it's false. It's false witnessing. And that's one of the commandments, not to do it. So some of the people aren't doing that, but they're steadily listening to it every day, and they're encouraging the people that are doing it to continue to do it and to come up with more elaborate fabrications or elaborations on things, because they're getting the audience. As long as they're getting the audience, they're going to keep doing it. And the more the audience sits there, the bigger the audience gets. Because they're like, oh, well, these 300 people are listening to it and believe it, so this must be true. Must be some truth behind it. Must be some good behind it. So they're not just injuring themselves, they're causing injury to other souls that are being misled because they're following the flock. So Jesus would go out there in the field for that one lost sheep. He's got a lot of lost sheep right now. And I'll continue to pray. And I'll continue to do shows, even if I'm the only person, though 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, you know, or the 50, 100 people that listen to it later on. I love everyone. God loves everyone. Alright, God bless all. Good night. May tomorrow be a better day for all of us. Come on.